Hello and good morning. If you're watching this in the morning, hello any time of the day, doesn't matter. Welcome to this video. If you have been watching my videos for these morning intentions, readings, and kind of like manifestations, really waking up and being more conscious of how you choosing to live your life and setting into motion, really building and creating a life you love, right? So you're creator. You are designing and creating your life through your intention, through your awareness, through your thoughts, through your words, through your beliefs. So you're living every day thinking certain thoughts anyways, having certain beliefs, creating all the time. We're always manifesting. It's just, are you conscious of what you're actually manifesting? So if you're not quite happy where you are in your life, then it's time to become more conscious, and it's time to really be more conscious through the day and mindful and watching your thoughts and watching your words and watching what you think about. And it doesn't have to be a drag or a dread. You can be like, oh, I get to focus on things that excite me. I get to focus on things that I desire. I get to focus on things that I would love. And oh my God, right? So think of it in a really positive way. And before I get going on this, I have a 5-day abundance thing going on right now. We're just on day 2. And you will also always have access to the audios. You can go to my website, dianamarchand.com, and go to Free Awaken. What does it say? Free Awaken to Abundance on my website, on the header. On the menu, and sign up for that. And then, so there's one audio every day for 5 days. And then, of course, you'll always have those. All right, let's get going. The card I chose today was the Magician. Good, great card. And there we go. We are always manifesting. We are always creating. We are creating. We are causing things to come into our life, or we were pushing things away, or we are holding them from coming to us. It's all about resistance too, right? Everything is there for us now. All that we desire, all that we want is here for us now. It's only our resistance that keeps it from us. And resistance is the beliefs too. I believe it's possible for me. I believe it's not. I've been raised to believe that's not possible for someone like me. People all around me said, oh, people like us just can't have that. That people who have millions of dollars are not really nice people, and they get it in terrible ways. And we're just not meant to ever have it, obviously, right? Things like that we've been told. So everything is available to you. It's, of course, what you're willing to do too, what you're willing to go through. And if you're willing to put in some work or change your life. Change can be really hard for someone. So it's like, oh, you mean I got to change my life maybe to be on the right direction to have that? I'm not sure if I'm ready to change my life. Right? So it's always a choice. It's always a choice. And the little affirmation for the Magician card is, I manifest the life I desire through energy and intention. I manifest the life I desire through energy, where I put my energy, and intention. So energy, focus, attention, all of that. Decisions you make, the choices you make, the thoughts you have, again, all of that. They're all energy. Deeply, listen to this. Ability to create your life and manifest your dreams. This card asks you to connect to your creator spark. I love that. So God source energy that is always coming into us is always there for us. We are part of this one beautiful consciousness. So all the information we will ever need is always here for us. We just either believe we can't access it. We are shut off in a way, like, again, our beliefs, right? And we're not willing to do the work, like we're not willing to sit and be quiet and listen. We're not willing to trust ourselves, things like that. That's how we shut this off. The universe will indeed support your goals and bring them to fruition when you consciously step into your personal power and shape the material world with your craft. Stepping into your personal power is everything about what I help women with, because that is the most important thing. Be feeling powerless, feeling hopeless, feeling like, oh my God, no, it can't. That's all what's keeping you where you are, right? When we choose that I have so much power, and it's about living every day, knowing your power, stepping into your power, practicing it, practice acting as if. That brings me to the reading today from Joe Dispenza, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. We're talking about identity. So that's when you're like, I'm just not the type of person who. I'm the type of person who. That's identities. And we have them in so many areas of our life. And we have very, very, very many different ones. You could be, I'm the type of person who eats when I'm stressed. I'm the type of person who cries when I get scared. I'm the type of person who is scared to walk alone. I'm the type of person who I'm scared of snakes. I'm very shy. All those are identities that do not have to be true because they're not true for everyone. They're not a universal law. So they don't have to be true for you either. You can choose to change things, right? So he's talking about when he decided to make the change, right? I closed my eyes and put all my attention on it. I started to admit who I'd been, who I had been, right? Being, what I'd been hiding, and how unhappy I was. I began to surrender some aspects of myself to a greater mind. That is what he kind of calls like the higher power, the source, right? I then reminded myself who I no longer wanted to be. I decided how I no longer wanted to live based on that same personality, who he had been, right? Acting. Next, I observed my unconscious behaviors, thoughts, which is these are the things we're talking about, thoughts, feelings that reinforced my old self. If I believe I'm the type of person who can never be wealthy, then I'm going to always act that way. I'm not going to take chances. I'm not going to take action towards actually working towards being wealthy because I just believe it's not possible for me, right? So that's what he's talking about. That reinforced my old self and reviewed them until they became familiar to me. So it's noticing that's the awareness. Oh my God, I'm so aware of how I was acting because of what I believed about myself. If you believe you're not worthy of a good relationship, you're going to take on a lot of bad relationships. You're going to only be attracted to someone, or your energy is going to be in a certain way where men that are, or women or whatever, that are not so great are attracted to you. And then you're just going to believe this is as good as it's going to get for me, right? Then I thought about who did I want to be as a new personality. So you can kind of just detract, you can kind of separate yourself from it in a way. Like, who do I want to be? Who do I want that new personality, right? Person to be? What do I want her to be like? Like, what would I love to be? And you start by making these small little changes and deciding, okay, maybe she's someone who does exercise. So I'm going to start by walking 10 minutes a day. That's it. I'm just going to start by walking 10 minutes a day. That is getting closer to being the type of person with this fit, healthy body, things like that, right? Suddenly I began to feel different. Joyful. This had nothing to do with the outer things that were going on, the circumstances, because those had not changed, right? It was part of the identity that was independent of any of the external stuff. I knew that I was onto something. Now, that is exactly how it works, right? We don't need to change the outside environment first. You can, but if you think there's no way I can right now, then don't worry about it. You don't have to. The changes always start within you, always. You can make the little micro changes, right? That over time lead you to the bigger changes. And of course, so some people get a makeover, hair, makeup, all that, and then they feel different. Then they start acting different. Then they become different. That is kind of going about it from the outwards in. That is possible. But what often happens is people fall back because they haven't done the inner change first. So usually making the inner change first, so means that you have changed your identity, and then everything outside of you, you notice, oh my God, my life seems so different than it ever used to, right? That's usually the way things go. And you might have references to that. You might, oh my God, like if I think of who I was and what my life was like when I was in my 20s, I'm a different person now. That's all that it is. We are meant to grow and change over time. It's not like, oh my God, I don't like who I am, so why would I try to force, like, why should I be someone different when I love myself? But that's okay. It's not about that. It's not about saying you're a terrible person who you are. It's just by saying, okay, what do I now want to create for my life? Or how would I now like my life to be? How would I like to feel every day? Would I like to have a different career? Would I like to start doing something fulfilling and passionate? Right? But you're not at the moment. So you're like, okay, how can I begin to make those things happen? Even if you feel like, well, because of the circumstance I'm in, that just can't happen for me. No, 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 not true. Right? So it always starts with the inner changes. And that's exactly what I help women with. So if you're somebody who's like, oh my God, I so need help with that, reach out to me. I have a great one-on-one program right now, and I have many ways to work with you. 1 session, 3 sessions, 6 weeks, 3 months, whatever, right? There's always something that'll be perfect. We can get on a call, no obligation at all. No, I'm never going to force you to do anything. And also remember my 5-day abundance, Awaken to Abundance and Positivity. They're just audios, different than this video. So you'll have something to listen to every morning when you first wake up. All right, so think about your identities that you might have, things that you say to yourself about who you are being, and what that means to you. Those are the things that, of course, we can have a positive identity, right? For me, I love making really healthy food, and I'm really good at making healthy foods. So I'm the type of person who loves making healthy foods, and I'm really good at making healthy foods. That's one identity I have. That's very positive, and it serves me really well. I'm also very active. I'm someone who's very active and love the outdoors. I think that's a positive identity, right? But that's great. And I want to enforce those, but I also want to look at the ones that are holding me back in some way. All right, have an absolutely amazing day or night. Make sure to like and subscribe. Feel free to share this video, and have an absolutely wonderful day. Take care. Bye.